Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Boonjamin Bok Troy bringing you another F1 2021 video. I know it's been a while since I've been on this game, but I got a little addicted to War Thunder for quite a few months there. And once the F1 season ended, I kind of lost interest in my racing rig. But, the 2022 season is about to start up, some winter testing pretty soon. And I just started playing this game again for the last week or so I do apologize if I come across as a little rusty in the video, but you'll just have to excuse me for now. Today, gonna be looking at the weekly event, which is a featured event overtaking challenge in the McLaren at Suzuka, which should be really fun. Last week was another featured event as well, so 2 in a row. Hope I didn't miss out on too many of these during my hiatus. But we're back now, starting at 100 AI and using the racing line assist just because it's been so long. And I figured I need all the help I can get as I try to get back into this game. So without further ado, we're gonna head right into this. I think the setup is just a typical time trial setup, except the wings, I bumped them up a notch. I think they're 9.7 on time trials, and in this McLaren I bumped them up to, they're either 10.8 or 11.8 just to get a little bit more stability. So here you are starting lap 44 in P9. What I really wanted to do here right away was to get out in front of Leclerc as fast as possible. I did try a couple iterations where I just waited until the next lap to take him on the DRS straight, but I feel like that lost me too much time. So right here, just trying to get as close to him as possible and then dive it down the inside in this hairpin coming up here, which we do fairly successfully. And up next is Norris and Vettel, and it's kind of weird whatever the AI is scripted to do here. I noticed if you are within 8 or 9 tenths, you'll get a little animation once they go into the final chicane where they knock each other off track. But if you're closer than that, like I think one time I was 6 tenths behind Norris, they go in one by one into the chicane, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to overtake the both of them. But yeah, try to keep, I think, yeah, I'm about 9 tenths going into this DRS detection, and this always happens here. Norris knocks Vettel off, and they're both kind of off their racing line there. Norris is on super fresh softs. He comes out of the pits just as the event starts, so you want to have Norris behind going down this straight so that you can make pretty easy work of Vettel, who is on old hards. So there we go, 3 overtakes within the first lap or so, and now really just focusing on trying to catch up to Perez, which shouldn't be too difficult as he is on hard compound tires as well. So yeah, if you're having difficulty in the first lap trying to get into P6, try to get within that 9 tenths, 8 tenths gap at the DRS detection, and hopefully you'll get that battling animation, and it'll make it pretty easy on you. Another thing you'll have to look out for on this event is all the back markers. I think there'll probably be about 4 or 5 cars that you'll run into, and for some reason during this featured event, the AI is even worse than it is normally, and sometimes they'll just brake check you going into corners, so you'll have to watch out for that. I had to reset this quite a few times because I lost my front wing from back markers just hitting the brakes at really terrible spots. So now, end of lap 45, about to start lap 46, and we are within DRS of Perez, and thankfully he's not close enough to the car in front of him to get DRS off of that guy. So again, this is another easy overtake. And then you'll just have to watch out for, I think this is Mazepin, yeah, you'll just have to watch out for Mazepin. He caused quite a few issues with me when I was trying to get by him. And so now you're in P5. You don't have to worry about Hamilton, who's in front of Sainz, as he will eventually pit. I think he pits at the end of this lap. He always has a late pit stop in this event, so you don't have to worry about him or anything like that. So technically you're in P4 right now as we get by another back marker here. And I think the goal is really just to get to P2. So all you really have left after you overtake Perez is getting by Bottas and Sainz. And even though Sainz is in P3 right now on mediums, I think those are really old mediums. He will eventually start getting much slower. Sometimes Bottas will pass him, other times he won't. But Bottas is probably the more difficult driver to get by out of these two, as Sainz tires will just drop off the cliff and he'll just start slowing down towards the end. I think even Norris overtakes him before the end of the race in most of the runs that I did. So hopefully right now you should see Hamilton in the pits. Yes, there we go. Alright, so at the end of lap 46, Hamilton does jump into the pits, and then he pretty much becomes a non-factor at this point. And Verstappen out in front in P1. I'm not really sure what's going on with him, because sometimes by the time I get in front of Sainz and Bottas, Verstappen is like 9 seconds ahead, and then other times he'll be only 3 seconds ahead. So I guess if you do get lucky in some of these runs, he'll get held up by back markers or something, and he should be a little bit closer for you to overtake. As much as I tried, even at 100 AI, I could never catch up to Verstappen, so I really just focused on trying to catch up to Sainz and Bottas here and drive as cleanly and efficiently as possible. So Suzuka isn't necessarily a really good track for me or anything like that, so I did have a little bit of difficulty on top of taking like 3 months off of this game, coming back in and then jumping into a weekly event at a track that's personally not my strongest. But I think I did set a new fastest lap as we skip ahead to lap 48 here. I did set a new fastest lap in time trials. I did a whole bunch of time trial runs when I jumped back into this game, and for some reason I actually improved on my times after not having driven for like 3 months, which is weird. Maybe it's just because I forgot a whole bunch of bad habits or something like that. But yeah, now we're just going to overtake Sainz here going down this straight, going into the final couple of corners. And we should be close enough here to Bottas to overtake him on the DRS. So I'm sure if you saw earlier on, I wasted most of my ERS getting out in front of the first 3 cars. So now I'm kind of low on ERS. But again, I don't think I'm going to get Bottas on this straight. But I just didn't have enough ERS towards the end of this event to really catch up to him. But yeah, before that I was saying, if you feel like you're practicing every day and you feel like you just can't improve your times, I recommend taking some time off. You know, maybe not 3 months like I did. I did kind of get a little bit burnt out on this game, but take like a week off and then come back to the game with like a blank slate and see if that helps any. You know, sometimes you just focus so hard on trying to improve your lap times that you're just pushing way too much and creating too many self-inflicted mistakes. Take some time off, a couple days, a week, come back and see if it'll help you at all, like it helped me. Like I said, I think I just forgot some bad habits that I was so used to that it actually helped me improve my times. And you know, I came back at a perfect time because last week's weekly event was a featured event at China in the rain, which was really fun. I did make a video on that, but I don't think I'm gonna put it up because I didn't do too well on it. I think I only beat it at 100 AI like on the last night of the event, so I'm not gonna bother putting that up. But I figured I'd put this up since I got to it pretty early, as we do get past Bottas there. I finished this on Tuesday, had some editing issues, so now I'm finishing the editing on Thursday. so I decided I'd put this up there just in case any of you guys were having some issues with it. At the time that I did this, I think there were about 2,000 people that had played it, and this run was good enough for 25th. I'm sure I've dropped down by now on Thursday morning, but I'm going to try sweating this for the rest of the week to see if I can improve my times at all and get up a little bit higher on that leaderboard ranking. So yeah, as you can see now, once you do get in front of Bottas, Verstappen about 9.5 seconds out in front. Couldn't really catch up to him. I'm sure if this was at a track that I was more used to, probably could have cut down the time a little bit, but this is Suzuka. Don't spend too much time on this track for one reason or another, just not really my personal favorite. But I still enjoyed this weekly event anyway, as we jump onto the final lap here. As you can see, Verstappen extended his gap to 11 seconds. Bottas dropped back to about 3 seconds. So yeah, once you get in front of everybody else, you really don't have to worry about them attacking you anymore for the end of the race. I think their tires are dead at that point. The only one that's could possibly be a threat is Norris, but by this point his soft tires are dead as well, so not really too much defending. You're not have to worry too much about defending in this event, mostly just attacking and getting in front of back markers. But yeah, there we go, mission accomplished. 100 AI with the racing line assist on. It was really fun. Like I said, I'm glad I came back when I did, just because I love these featured events. Good enough for 25th. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you guys do, if you have any questions or anything like that on how to improve your runs. You know, let me know in the comment section. There's a handful of days left on this event, so there should be plenty of time for you guys to improve your times. And hopefully I'll be getting some more game videos out there. Once the season starts up, I'll probably be doing some more podcasts. And I hope you guys enjoyed the videos that my buddy, that bastard Kurt, has put out. Show him some love. Remember to eat your bok choy. If you think I've earned it, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.